This is a quick introduction to using the online graphing tool. So on Moodle, we have this online graphing tool, the link to it. And this is the one that we talked through in class the other day, so hopefully it looks familiar. There's going to be two different types of graphs that I'm going to ask you for. There's ones that are set to specific equations, and then there's just general supply and demand graphs. For the specific equations, you're going to want to go under the edit function to some graph settings, and you'll want to adjust some of these things so that it matches up with a specific equation. There are other graphing questions that simply ask for showing me something in the market with supply and demand, right? So for that, how you put your demand curve and how you put your supply curve, not that important, right? You want to make sure, though, that you are labeling things. So that downward sloping line, we're going to call that demand, and so on and so on and so on. Make sure that you label your things, but again, if you don't have an equation, then that's fine. You're just going to want to write it generally, and you don't have to worry about converting the values on these axes or anything. In order to get the graphs into usable format, I want you to save them. It's going to tell you it's ready. So this is a multi-step process. The first step is to save a graph as a GIF image or GIF image, however you'd like to pronounce that. Make sure you remember the location so that you can go into the location. This is the file that we just created. So when you have that file and open it up, it's going to look something like this, which is a nice little version of what you created. But I want you to take all of the graphs that you make, and I believe there's about 16 of them, and take those graphs and insert them into a Word document. Once you have all of your 16 graphs, and it actually would be nice if you label these things. So if this is the graph for question 14 or whatever, you want to try to designate or indicate that in some way. Take your Word document, and under the Save As options, you can pull this down to a PDF, and then suddenly what you've done is you've created a PDF version of all of your graphs, and hopefully that will solve some of the compatibility problems that we've experienced in the past between Mac users and non-Mac users. Mac users tend to have a little bit more problem. So let me know if you have any questions about this. Good luck.